Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the UmbreonMessiah, your host, and I decided I'd do something a little different than what I thought I was going to do for this Let's Play. Some of you may be able to notice just from the source title card here that I'm playing Portal 2. The game came out on Tuesday, April 19th, and I've already beaten it twice. So I'm clearly quite obsessed with the game. So I figured I would change my style for this one a little bit because Portal 2 doesn't really lend itself well to my high energy style with a lot of talking and rambling and screaming. It's kind of calmer game, a thinking game, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it more walkthrough style. I'm going to explain the puzzles and explain the solutions to you. So if you haven't played Portal 2 and are planning on it, you're probably going to want to skip the majority of this. If you want to play Portal 2 but don't have the means, by all means watch it because it's going to be spoilerific as heck. I currently have the subtitles turned off because some of the funnier parts in the game require you to not see what's coming next vocally. If you want me to turn them on because you can't hear properly or whatever, just go ahead and tell me in a comment box. Also, I started a blog, and my very first post was on Portal 2, so I figured I'd continue. I would follow up each video with a blog post so that you guys could see what, my mind was in for. So anyway, we're going to go over here and start a new game at Chapter 1, the Courtesy Call. There's a lot of loading in Portal 2, so a lot of my talking will be during loading screens. But once the game gets proper gets started, I will talk less because there's a lot of, audio to go through. So, intro's about to start, and I will be quiet until appropriate time comes up.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling. Good. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor. Good. This completes the gymnastic portion of your mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. There is a framed painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it. This is art. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art. You should now feel mentally reinvigorated. If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance, reflect briefly on this classical music. Good. Now please return to your bed. Good morning. You have been in suspension for 9.
Hello? Anyone in there? Hello? Oh, God. You look good. Looking good, actually. Are you okay? Are you... Well, don't answer that. I'm absolutely sure you're fine. There's plenty of time for you to recover. Just take it.
Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Stay calm. Stay calm. Prepare. That's all I'm saying. Prepare. It's all fine. All right? Don't move. I'm going to get us out of here. Oh, you might want to hang on to something. Word of advice. Up to you. You all right down there? Can you hear me? Hello? Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling, because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage. Do you understand what I'm saying at all? Does any of this make any sense? Just tell me, just say yes. Okay, what you're doing there is jumping. You just jumped. But never mind. Say apple. Apple. Simple word. Apple. Just say apple. Classic. Very simple. A-double-P-L-E. Just say apple. Easy word, isn't it? Apple. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just time.
All reactor core safeguards are now non-functional. Please prepare for reactor core meltdown.
Okay, look, I wasn't going to mention this to you, but I'm in pretty hot water here. How are you doing down there? You still holding on? The reserve power ran out, so of course the whole relaxation centre stops waking up the bloody test subjects. Hold on, this is a bit tricky. And of course, nobody tells me anything. No, why should you tell me anything? Why should I be kept informed? You know, about the life functions of the 10,000 bloody test subjects I'm supposed to be in charge of. Why? It's close. Can you see? Am I going to make it through? But not enough space. Just gotta get through here. I just gotta concentrate.
Oh dear.
And whose fault do you think it's going to be when the management comes down here and finds 10,000 flipping vegetables? Alright, so now I hit that one. Okay, listen, we should get our story straight, alright? If anyone asks, and no one's going to ask, don't worry, but if anyone asks, tell them as far as you know, the last time you checked, everyone looked pretty much alive, alright? Not dead. Okay, almost there. On the other side of that wall is one of the old testing tracks. There's a piece of equipment in there that we're going to need to get out of here. I think this is a docking station. Get ready. Good news, that is not a docking station. So there's one mystery solved. I'm going to attempt a manual override on this wall. Could get a bit technical. Hold on. Almost there. Remember, you're looking for a gun that makes holes. Not bullet holes. But don't worry, you'll figure it out. Seriously, do hold on this time. Well, there we go. Now, I'll be honest, you are probably in no fit state to run this particular type of cognitive gauntlet. But at least you're a good jumper. So you got that. You got the jumping on your side. Just do your best, and I'll meet you up ahead.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center. We are currently experiencing technical difficulties due to circumstances of potentially apocalyptic significance beyond our control. However, thanks to emergency testing protocols, testing can continue. These pre-recorded messages will provide instructional and motivational support so that science can still be done, even in the event of environmental, social, economic, or structural collapse. The portal will open, and emergency testing will begin in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, well, that is the intro to Portal 2. Just some heads up right now. The small orb we were talking to, his name is Wheatley. He's sort of Shell's partner for the game. Shell is the woman that you play through Portal 2. You may notice right now she's wearing some orange pants, tank top, which she wasn't wearing in the original game, fan service, and the long fall boots, which are strange weighted boots that are meant to help her survive a fall from pretty much any height. We will be seeing Wheatley again later in the video, but first we're going to move on to the first tutorial puzzle.
Remains an important tool for science, even in a dire emergency. If cube and button-based testing caused this emergency, don't worry. The odds of this happening twice are very slim.
Welcome to Aperture Science Logic. This is the first tutorial puzzle. There are several tutorial puzzles that start off Portal 2 just to remind you the basics of the game and how to play. This puzzle is so simple, you could solve it the second you walked in the room.
Please note the incandescent particle field across the exit. This Aperture Science Material Emancipation Grill will vaporize any unauthorized equipment that passes through it.
So, that was our intro, and that was our first puzzle, and we're moving on to the next one in the next part of the chapter. As soon as it loads.
If you feel liquid running down your neck, relax, lie on your back, and apply immediate pressure to your temples. You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the material emancipation grill may have emancipated the ear tubes inside your head.
That's aperture science for you. Inefficient as possible. Anyway, this is test chamber 1, as it says on the wall there, and this is once again another rehash of an old puzzle from Portal. Again, this is only a tutorial. Trust me, things pick up slightly quickly. Simply manipulate the portals to grab this cube, which is in this wall. Push the button over here to open the portal on that wall. And put the cube on the button. The weighted storage cube and the super colliding super button. I don't remember the super colliding super button's full name, unfortunately. He probably won't like me very much for forgetting.
Because of the technical difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised. Before re-entering a relaxation vault at the conclusion of testing, please take a moment to write down the results of your test. An Aperture Science Reintegration Associate will remind you for an interview when society has been rebuilt.
I'm sure they will.
If the Earth is currently governed by a manner of animal king, sentient cloud, or other governing body that either refuses to or is incapable of listening to wish.
The Animal King turret. Alright, and up here we will reach Chamber 2, where we will be reintroduced to Wheatley.
You made it! There should be a portal device on that podium over there. I can't see it though. Maybe it fell off. Do you want to go have a quick look?
And of course, doesn't quite work out that way.
Can you see the portal gun? Also, are you alive? That's important. Should have asked that first. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on the assumption that you're still alive, and I'm just going to wait for you up ahead. I'll wait 1 hour, then I'll come back, and assuming I can locate your dead body, I'll bury you. Alright? Brilliant. Go team!
Well, after listening to Wheatley make a fool of himself, we will move into this room to find pictures drawn by Doug Ratman. Doug Ratman was one of the scientists that worked at Aperture Science. He worked specifically on GLaDOS, the antagonist of the game, and really, if you don't know who GLaDOS is at this point, why are you watching the video? He's quite the artist. He's also quite insane and quite several centuries dead, as apparently Shell has spent several centuries in stasis. Anyway, right before us is the portal gun, which allows us to create blue portals and interact with yellow portals, or orange portals, rather. So all we have to do is create a portal on the wall there and walk out the orange portal here and, well, move on with our testing. As you can see, the atmosphere is very naturalistic. Remember that Aperture Science facilities have been unattended to for centuries, so nature has sort of tried to take the place back. I am failing to walk through this door. You will see vegetation and broken glass and broken beams all over the place for the next little while.
Some emergency testing may require prolonged interaction with lethal military androids. Rest assured that all lethal military androids have been taught to read and provided with one copy of the laws of robotics to share. The puzzles now sort of rely on their ability to teach you how to use portals. So you can see that the open orange portal is over there, so we just place another portal over here. And over here you'll notice that the stairs lead down to this little pit, so in order to get up to where the door is, we use another blue portal and walk through the orange portal. If you feel that a lethal military android has not respected your rights as detailed in the laws of robotics, please note it on your self-reporting form. A future Aperture Science Entitlement Associate will initiate the appropriate grievance filing paperwork.
Indeed. We're getting slightly close to the end of Chapter 1 here. There's just a few more tutorial puzzles.
This next test is very dangerous. To help you remain tranquil in the face of almost certain death, smooth jazz will be deployed in 3, 2, 1.
Oh dear. The poor smooth jazz. Anyway, this puzzle, to be solved, requires you to put some weight on the super colliding super button. And to do that, we must grab that cube. There's an orange portal on the wall, so obviously, just like in Portal, bring the cube up here using the portal. Easy peasy. Now you'll notice that this room leads directly into Test Chamber 4, which is just more of the same, really. It's another redone room from Portal. Use the portal over here to get the cube up onto that ledge, and you'll notice that when we move back here, there's a cube up on that ledge as well. So we'll use a blue portal anywhere to grab this cube and put it on the floor down there, and then shoot ourselves a portal over to the other side to grab the other cube, and put them both on the super colliding super buttons.
Observations related to your performance are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments.
As you can see here, we have a glass roof over our heads and a room we can't get out of, but we do have an orange portal. So, simply shoot the portal and jump on through. Whoa dear. I don't think that was supposed to happen. If we go through this side room and up these stairs, we will see more art by Doug Ratman, a cat jumping over the moon, and a ton of mathematical formulas with unreason written in orange. Creepy stuff. And we'll just go over here and go through the door and get ourselves to the lift. Next puzzle, please. Okay then. Now this is the first slightly tricky puzzle. It's the first one that requires more than about 4 moves to accomplish. You can see an orange portal and no way out of the room, so obviously we need to use our portal gun to get out. Now, this super colliding super button over here creates a staircase made out of those panels. We'll need to get up there to touch those other 2 buttons. The button over here drops a weighted storage cube on the island over there. If you put 2 and 2 together, you'll know to shoot the box just like last time to bring the cube over here and create a weight for our super colliding super button so we can get up here. Up here we have another super colliding super button which opens the door, and 2 buttons over here. The first one, as it says on that little picture over there, drops a weighted storage cube from the vacuum tube up there. Unfortunately, it tends to bounce off and fall into the poison water. You'll see a portable surface over here, so if we use our portal, obviously the cube will pop out of the orange portal when it lands. Unfortunately, given the height it falls from, it has a little too much momentum and ends up in the water as well. That's where the second button comes in. As you can see, it raises that panel up. So, drop the cube with that button, and use this button to bring up the wall to stop the cube from going in the water. Easy peasy. I think the only thing easier would be selling your firstborn child.
The Enrichment Center reminds you that although circumstances may appear bleak, you are not alone. All Aperture Science personality constructs will remain functional in apocalyptic low-power environments of as few as 1.1 volts.
That's incredibly potent. An AI that can run at 1.1 volts.
This next test applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals. If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
God help us indeed. Once again, you'll notice an orange portal and no way out of the room, so clearly we must use the portal to get out. Over here you'll see a button in a glass box, and if we move a little closer you'll see a little hole through which you can do stuff with. You'll hear a crow, and see more of the outside world trying to take back what it belongs to it. Now the idea here is to teach you how mass and velocity work through portals. We're going to put a portal down here and jump through it, and you'll see that we fly right out of the orange portal over here. Now we have to step on this super colliding super button to open the door, but we'll need a weight to keep it down. The cube that we need is in here, but as you can quite see, we can't reach it. So, as before several times, use a portal to toss the cube out of the original portal. And then to bring it back up there, we simply do the same thing we did last time, except this time we bring the cube with us. Easy.
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future, and the future starts with you.
This is once again a velocity-based puzzle, teaching you how to fling yourself from portal to portal. If you'll look over there, you'll see what looks like a super colliding super button, a weighted storage cube, and several portable surfaces. So first of all, we're going to want to get that cube, because we're obviously going to have to put it on the button. So we'll put a portal over here, because, oh my, I didn't intend to do that. Anyway, the orange portal is down in the hole there. So now that we have the weighted storage cube, next we want to get up on this platform. So we will put our portal there. Take the cube with us and fall on in. Now clearly we're also going to need to do this to get to the door. And as you'll see, when we put the cube on the super gliding super button, it creates a platform for us. So we will move our portal a little bit to the right there, fall back in, and voila.
Good work getting this far, future starter. That said, if you are simple-minded, bold, or irradiated in such a way that the future should not start with you, please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better qualified for testing.
Yes, I do know there are a lot of loading screens in this game, but I don't fault it for them.
To ensure that sufficient power remains for core testing protocols, all safety devices have been disabled. The Enrichment Center respects your right to have questions or concerns about this policy.
And as we enter test chamber, I believe 7, we will meet Wheatley again.
I'm up here! Oh, brilliant! You did find a portal gun! Oh, do you know what? It just goes to show, people with brain damage are the real heroes in the end, aren't they, at the end of the day? Brave. Pop a portal on that wall behind me there, and I'll meet you on the other side of the room.
Oi.
Okay, listen, let me lay something on you here. It's pretty heavy. They told me never, never, ever to disengage myself from my management rail or I would die. But we're out of options here, so get ready to catch me, alright, on the off chance that I'm not dead the moment I pop off this thing. On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's high. It's too high, isn't it, really, that? Alright, going on 3 just gives you too much time to think about it. Let's go on 1 this time. Okay, ready? 1. Catch me, catch me! Ow! Ow.
Poor guy.
I'm not dead. I'm not dead. I can't move then. That's the problem now. Are you still there? Did you pick me up, do you think? Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Great. Plug me into that stick on the wall over there, yeah? And I'll show you something. You'll be impressed by it.
Well, Wheatley is now free from his management rails, so I guess we should do what he says.
Go on, just jam me in a, yeah, I can't do it if you're watching. Seriously, I'm not joking. Can you just turn around for a second?
And now we come to the repeated joke that Wheatley can't do his job while we're watching him. That kind of makes it sound dirty when I think about it.
I can't do it if you're watching. Alright, you can turn around now. Bam!
Gotcha.
Secret panel. But I open while your back was turned. And off we go. Look at this! No rail to tell us where to go. Oh, this is brilliant. We can go wherever we want. Hold on then, where are we going? Hang on, let me just get my bearings. Just follow the rail, actually. Oh no. Yes, hello, no, we're not stopping. Don't make eye contact, whatever you do. No, thanks, we're good. Appreciate it. Keep moving, keep moving.
I'm sure you are. Man, having this eyeball stare at me is disconcerting.
Probably will bring you up to speed on something right now.
The she that Wheatley is referring to is GLaDOS, the supercomputer from the first game that tried to murder you.
I'm going to lay my cards on the table. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go in there. Don't go in there. She's off. She's off. Don't panic over it. She's off. All fine. All we go.
And here you can see GLaDOS in all her glory.
There she is. What a nasty piece of work she was, honestly. Like a proper maniac. Do you know who ended up taking her down in the end? You're not going to believe this. A human. I know. I wouldn't have believed either. Apparently this human escaped and nobody's seen him since. Bit of a sort of long chunk of time where absolutely nothing happened. And then there's us escaping now. So that's pretty much the whole story, you have to speak. Don't touch it.
Wheatley gives you good advice. Don't touch the crazy AI. Alright, well, after seeing the remains of GLaDOS and her control chamber, you'll notice that there is a set of stairs back here behind some vines. This wasn't here in Portal.
Jump! Actually, look at it. That's quite a distance, isn't it? Okay, you know what? Go ahead and jump. You've got braces on your legs, so you're all set. Well, no. Ah! Oh, still held. Still being held. That's a great job. You've applied the grit. We're all fine. That's tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
I just looked down. I do not recommend it. I just done it again.
Oh my, that is quite a drop. We are bringing Wheatley over to the Master Breaker Room, which is over here.
This is the
Main Breaker Room. Main Breaker
Let's go
Room.
in.
My bad.
Look for a switch that says escape pod. Alright, don't touch anything else. Not interested in anything else. Don't touch anything else. Don't even look at anything else. Just, well, obviously you've got to look at everything else to find the escape pod. But as soon as you look at something that doesn't say escape pod, look at something else. Look at the next thing, alright? But don't touch anything else or look at anything. Well, look at other things, but don't. You understand? Can you see anywhere? I can't see anywhere. Tell you what, plug me in and I'll turn the lights on.
If you say so, Wheatley.
Let there be light. That's, God. It's quoting God. Oh, look at that. Turning. Ominous. But probably fine, as long as it doesn't start, moving up. Now. Escape pod. It's moving up. Okay. No, don't worry. I've got it. This should slow it down. No, makes it go faster. Uh-oh.
What have you done?
Okay, don't panic. Alright, stop panicking.
Oh
Let's
dear.
still stop this. There's a pass. Okay, it's fine. I'll just hack it. Not a problem. Wait, did I do B? It's not writing these down.
Power up, complete.
I don't. Okay, listen. Alright, new plan. Act natural. Nothing. Hello!
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
What? Ah! Oh no! No! Oh no!
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science, you monster. I will say, though, that since you went to all the trouble of waking me up, you must really, really love to test. I love it too. There's just one small thing we need to take care of first.
Well, I wasn't expecting that small lag spike over there, but that is essentially the end of the first chapter of the game, the Courtesy Call. Come in next time, and I will be doing Chapter 2, the Cold Boot. Just going to let us fall down this tube here. Just give you an idea of how far we've fallen.
Here we are, the incinerator room. Be careful not to trip over any parts of me that didn't get completely burned when you threw them down here. The dual portal device should be around here somewhere. Once you find it, we can start testing, just like old times.
And that's everything for now. I'm the UmbreonMessiah. See you next time.